What's good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan Cab back with another Xenoverse video for you guys to. Oh, son of a.
You're a dumbass.
What's good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan Cab back with another video for you guys. Today we are here to talk about the potential subject of Xenoverse 3 at E3, which is honestly a real question. The potential of Xenoverse 3 actually being announced at this year's upcoming E3, which is literally like 2 weeks exactly, I would want to say. I believe it starts the 11th. And today is the 29th, so basically almost a little bit less than 2 weeks from now is when E3 is going to start. And again, the potential of Xenoverse 3 being announced is very real. So that is what we are here to talk about today. And I know the first thing a lot of people may be saying, but it's like, Cab,
we're still releasing DLC for Xenoverse 2. Why would Xenoverse 3 be announced?
Just because they're releasing DLC still up until this point and stuff like that, it still could be announced. And also you have to consider the fact that just because a game is announced at E3 doesn't mean it's coming out within like the next 6 months. Kingdom Hearts was literally at E3 for like 4 years, 5 years, if not longer than that. That's how long that game was literally at E3. So if it is announced at this year's E3, it does not mean that it will be coming out in the beginning of 2020, in the spring of 2020 or anything like that. It still could come out in fall of 2020, which would make 4 years in total from the time span of Xenoverse 2 to Xenoverse 3, and still gives them a time to finish off whatever DLC plans that they do have for Xenoverse 2, because right now with Ultra Pack 1 it's kind of guaranteeing that there is going to be an Ultra Pack 2 at some point in time in the future. Because why would you name it Ultra Pack 1? Why don't you just call it Ultra Pack? You know, if you're going to put the 1 there, that implements the fact, or implements, that you're trying to say that there's going to be a 2. So again, it gives them time to still do that. They can get all the DLC out before 2019 is even over for Xenoverse 2, and then completely turn their attention to Xenoverse 3, and again have like a fall release of 2020 for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. And at the same time, like I said before, 4 years. Think about that, guys. We had like a year and a half, or a little bit over a year and a half, between Xenoverse 1's release and Xenoverse 2. And think about how much that game improved. If they had 4 years to think of ideas and then start implementing them and start trying to improve based off of some kind of fan critiques, which, you know, a lot of people will say they don't listen to us at all, which I don't want to say that they don't listen to us. I feel like it just takes a long time for what we say to actually get through to them, because we've gotten some things that we've talked or that we've asked for. You know, we finally got Baby Vegeta as a character. We did get Sandtails, even though they were poorly executed. We got things like the Majin Mark. So again, we do get some things that we do ask for, and then, you know, so I feel they listen to us to a certain extent. It just takes time for what we say to actually get to them. So just think about the potential changes, though, for Xenoverse 2 to Xenoverse 3, what they could add to that game. Because think about what they added from Xenoverse to Xenoverse 2. First of all, when you just talk about game mechanics, you go back and play Xenoverse 1, it's like, wow, this is crazy how basically stiff and slow the game plays. There's no snap vanishing. You can literally kind of outrun your opponent just by drifting back. There, for the most part, they really can't catch you if you do it properly. I don't know, I doubt that was ever patched. You know, I didn't play Xenoverse 1 until Xenoverse 2 came out. I stopped playing it a couple months at least before 2 did come out. So again, there was just a lot of slow things in that game that they improved on within Xenoverse 2. Like, you weren't able to just fly away. Like, you could not only just dash backwards, but I believe if you were to just hit the L2 or the LT, depending on what console you play on, you were literally able to just fly around and like outfly your opponents at times. So there was just a lot of weird stuff within that game that they did fix and improve upon within Xenoverse 2. They added snap vanishing. They added the burst dash, you know, when you can just like burst your opponent, fly up on them real quick, or break their stamina if they choose to do an ultimate. They added stamina breaks, which while some people may not like, I personally do understand and like them at the same time, because without stamina breaks, a lot of ultimates first and foremost would be very hard to land. It would be on that same kind of spamminess of how Xenoverse 1 was, but then at the same time with snap vanishing and burst dashing, it would make them completely useless for a lot of different ultimates. Like there would be some that would still be usable, you know, like the ones that are unvanishables with the super kamehamehas, moves of that nature, but still there would be a lot of ultimates that would basically become useless without stamina breaks. And stamina breaks at the same time are almost deserved. I mean, they are deserved in my opinion. If you waste all your stamina, then you deserve to be punished at that point. So I personally do like that function. Again, there were some people who don't like it, but again, I personally did, and I completely understood it at the same time. And those are just some gameplay mechanics. But then think about the other things they did. They added expert missions, they added raids into the game. Eventually they added the Hero Coliseum. Eventually they added the mentor system, and supposedly there may be another new online feature / mode coming in DLC pack 9 as well. I'm surprised we haven't actually got any word or anything about that. But then they also added the Crystal Raid mode also. So those are a bunch of things that they've added through the course of Xenoverse 2. So think about what could potentially be added in Xenoverse 3 at the same time. So the potential of Xenoverse 3, given the fact that it's going to take at least 4 years from 2 to 3 to actually release, is almost limitless in my eyes, just based off how much we improved from Xenoverse 1 to 2. So again, Xenoverse 3 does have the potential, in my opinion, of being announced at E3. And I was kind of just talking about the improvements of 2 to 3, how much it could improve and things like that. But also, I wanted you guys to take a look at this screenshot as you see on the screen right now. This is a tweet from the homie Go Vita XV regarding DLC 9 scans and leaks before the scans actually came out. But at the bottom, as you see, it says multiple titles to be announced in May and June. Now, there were like 1 or 2 people that said those could be potential titles for Xenoverse within the game, but at the same time, that's never been in a V-Jump scan, and why would they be announced in May and June? There's going to be nothing else announced really regarding DLC 9 in the month of June besides the release date. May and June really just hints me towards E3. Like I said before, it really has the potential of being announced at E3, not only because it's been so long since Xenoverse 2 has come out, almost 3 years at this point, but at the same time, this tweet from the homie Go Vita XV, huge shout out to him again. Twitter will be linked down below in the description, who is a very, very reliable source. Like I said, I get a lot of my scans and stuff like that, all the leaks and stuff usually come from him. So again, it leads me to believe that the potential of Xenoverse 3 being announced is there. You know what I mean? Because we do have, you know, the Dragon Ball Project Z, whatever that game's official name is going to be and all that, I'm sure will be revealed at this year's E3. So that would be one of the titles I'm assuming that'll be announced. And then the next one, hopefully, we pray, is actually Xenoverse 3. Now, of course, nothing is guaranteed. This is just hopes from a true Xenoverse fan. And I know it's a hopes of a lot of you guys at the same time. So we will see during this year's E3 if anything does happen regarding that game. I will most likely be live, whether it be on this website, with YouTube, or on another website that I'm not allowed to name. I most likely will be live though during the E3 conference, just to, you know, see if we do get anything lit besides not only a Xenoverse 3 potential, but any other kind of anime game. You know, there's supposed to be a new Naruto game coming out because there's supposed to be one every year and things like that. So we'll see what comes out at this year's E3. But again, man, let me know you guys' thoughts on this and the potential of Xenoverse 3 coming out or being announced at E3. Do you guys think that it is there, or do you guys think it just won't happen and it'll still be longer and it probably won't happen until after the DLCs stop? Let me know all that down below in the comments. But as always, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, hope you have a good day. Peace, y'all.